up, everyone, and welcome to the Melanin Mindset.
Good evening.
It is the official launch. We are so excited to be here this evening. So, as we shared before, I am the Nappy Dreamer,
I am Kia.
and we are here this evening to kick off the official launch of the Melanin Mindset podcast. We shared with you all a little earlier last week about us and who we are. So, if you haven't had a chance and you're viewing us on YouTube, please go ahead and swing by and check out our introduction video after you finish viewing this live stream. So today our topic that we're going to be discussing is going to be the Friendzone Experience. Kia, you want to tell them a little bit about what we're going to get into today?
Okay, I'm gonna start with story time so I can just get this off my chest so I'm not wearing it on my face. So as we were setting up and getting ready for everything, and I had everything ready to go, y'all, and I knocked over the whole setup. And it just threw me off. So I'm trying to get on here and hold it together, but I want to cry. No, I'm not gonna cry, but I was a little annoyed, some four-letter words flew around, and yeah, but we're here for the friend zone experience. But yeah, I got it back together. We're back together. We're up and running. No one was injured in the making of this podcast. So
At least not physically. Maybe a little bit of emotions were damaged.
my feelings was hurt. My feelings was hurt, man. I don't even have on my right shirt. I didn't get a chance to change my shirt. I'm supposed to be representing. I didn't even get a chance.
Do we need a brief intermission so you can change your shirt?
No, we do not need to do a brief intermission for me to change my shirt.
Oh,
so today we're here to talk about the friend zone experience. So, as a big girl growing up, and I wasn't always this big, but in the group of whatever age range I was in, I was the bigger girl. So we were talking about, how do you feel like you end up in the friend zone based on you not feeling adequate enough to be in a relationship with somebody because of your size. So that's kind of where we're talking about today. Does being fat in a relationship always make you the friend zone person? So yeah, so we're just going to talk about our experiences and what we've grown and learned from over time. So is there a time that any of you ever felt like you were friend zoned because of a certain characteristic that you carry, or anything? You guys could drop in the comment. Feel free to comment as we get this conversation going. So I guess we'll do this. How are we gonna do this? I'm gonna ask you, you're gonna answer, and then I'll answer the question.
girl, we can just start talking. First thing we want to knock out the way is, what is a relationship? We want to be clear that when we say relationship, we're not necessarily just talking about you dating. It's not just about you building a relationship with your person of choice. That's not what we're talking about. What we're saying is how two components come together in general. It could be a friendship. It could be at your job. It could even be in a, intimate relationship. So
Yeah.
that's the way we're going to be addressing this today, not necessarily just in dating as a whole. We want to talk about the friend zone experience, where it comes from, where you're placed, or your stature, or your ranking, for lack of better words, when you are plus size dealing with relationships in general.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just gonna dive into the conversations. Hello, we got our first comment here in the chat. So thank you so much. Hello. Hello. And we got some hearts coming up. They're viewing us on YouTube. Awesome. So if you're on
Okay.
YouTube and haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe now.
So the first question we kind of want to attack is just like, we're going to talk about experiences and feeling like we got friend zoned because of our size, or always being the friend. Like, you're always the guy's friend. I know for me, growing up, all my friends were guys.
Thanks, girl.
All my friends were guys, and the only time I would have a girlfriend or a friend that was a girl that just seemed like she wanted to be close to me, it was because she was trying to get at one of my homies. Which, I mean, it took me a while to realize that, But after a while, I started realizing, like, these girls only want to be around me because they realize I'm friends with the guys. But as I got older, I started to wonder, like, why am I always the friend, and not that any of my friends I ever wanted to have a relationship with, but it does kind of make you wonder, like, why didn't it ever, why wasn't it even ever a question or whatever?
Flirting with me. Like, why weren't you flirting with me? Like, all of this and you weren't looking.
Yeah. But
Like,
it's funny though, because like even in my confidence and me feeling like, I was all of that or okay. I was okay with myself. I didn't feel bad about myself, but it was almost like an automatic, like, oh no, that's off my limits. If that make any sense, you know what I mean?
it
Like,
makes
how let's just be the cliche and say, oh, the jock or the popular guy at school. It
the
just
football.
never. I never would have even tried to imagine that this was somebody I could date or like a popular girl that I could be friends with, because I just felt like that wasn't my zone. That wasn't my arena. Like, I'm just. And why did I feel like that? Why? Because now, like, looking back on it, like, if my kids told me that, I would be like, you crazy. You all that. You can have whoever you want. And
Yeah,
if that, like, take them.
period. Listen, I'm with you 100% on that because it's like sincerely thinking back to when I was that age and I'm ruling myself out for these other options. As an adult, I find myself in the position of encouraging other people, right? I'm encouraging my homegirls. I'm encouraging other females around me. I'm like, honey, do you
Yes.
this? You know?
Your
But
younger cousins and all type of stuff. You got we're in a role where you got to be a role model, and you want them to have that confidence that you didn't have.
and it just doesn't make sense that you felt that way when you were younger. Like, why did I not think that I couldn't, or why did I think that I shouldn't? You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I not taking this opportunity or this chance? But I think we need to give a little bit of backstory. You got a story to tell about this? Because I know I got.
But this on this subject, I think you did, friend. You had a topic about band camp or something like that.
Oh, listen. So this is me going over the van camp story. There was a camp. It was a trip, right? It was a van trip.
I'm
So
sorry. I just looked at the notes and saw band and automatically thought band camp.
I wasn't that big of a dork, friend. I wasn't. Hold up. Wait. Let me take that back because I'm not saying anybody who went to band camp was a dork. That's not what. What I'm saying is that that wasn't my story. Okay, that
Okay,
wasn't
okay,
that wasn't my lot in life. Okay, so
okay.
but no, I tried so hard to like narrow that story down. But then I'm like, girl, you gonna say their names and you ain't trying to put nobody on Front Street. So I'm just gonna take a different perspective with that. So we basically went off somewhere with a school trip. And y'all know kids be fresh when they be on, on the school bus. They be acting up.
Little
So
fast tail kids.
but either way, so we're out here and we're interacting. All right, I'm gonna put it like that. We're interacting on the bus. I'm in probably middle school, early high school at this time. And basically it came down to, like truth or dare type situation. And it was like they dared me, you know what I'm saying, to sit next to the guy. So first thing I'm doing, like, oh shoot, no, because y'all playing games right now. You know I like this dude. Why you got me going back here to sit next to him?
Mhm.
Jokes, right? So I went back there and I sat there like a numbnut. And then, needless to say, now
Not
it's like a numbnut, girl, a numbnut. So then it's like we go into the next phase of this stupid game, okay? And it's crazy because here I am, 35, and I was like all of what, 14, 15,
and you still you remember that. You feel
right?
strongly about what happened.
Right. And this is my first friend zone experience. That's why it stood out when we brought this topic up because now I got challenged to play truth or dare. First, dare was to move back there, and my dumb behind did it. And then the next thing was, oh, you got to kiss him. Oh, girl, they said you got to kiss him. So here I am. Okay, I got to kiss him. This is not going to work. This is not going to work. He is not. And then that's when all the stuff starts flowing like, oh, he's not going to want to kiss you. He doesn't even want you to sit next to him. And back, then that's all the stuff that was happening. But then the truth was, he was just like, oh well, we're just friends. Like she's like my good friend, you know. And then that's the
You got instantly friend zoned.
girl, like right out the gate. Like, hold up, bro. You mean to tell me? Now I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I wish I had a picture to insert here because I definitely was not presenting all of this glamour when I was in ninth grade. But
Yeah.
it was just that particular moment shockingly followed me so far. Like he looked and was like, oh no, like she's my friend. Like that's like my little sister. And I was like,
So
right,
I wonder, because we're coming from it from the female perspective. Like I wonder if he might have actually had feelings for you. But is there, and this for the guys, if we got any guys watching, y'all can comment in the comments. Is there a thing where like guys feel insecure about being with the big girl, or with, I don't know, like, do you feel like you have to have a certain type, what they call of arm piece, even though you might like this other girl, but because it was you're like a sister to me in the comments.
right,
Yeah, is it like, do guys have this insecurity about dating somebody who might not be, the popular girl, the cute girl, the or whatever like that?
I
So
would
I
love
wonder.
to know
We
that.
should we should call your band friend and ask him. That would be interesting. I just want
Oh,
to know.
it's so exciting.
If
Listen,
we find out, guys, we're going to tell you. If we
let me run
find
that
out,
by
we
my
will
husband.
be.
I don't
So
want no
thanks
beef,
for
bro. I
coming
don't want
soon.
no beef dwelling up from the ninth grade. But
Okay.
that whole year, that you're a sister to me thing kind of was like awkward. Now, ultimately, as it played out the rest of the trip on the way back, I got my kiss just for any of you all who were out there hoping for your girl, okay? Because she got her kiss. All right.
Okay. You girl got her
She
smooch.
got the kiss. But at the end of it all, it really was him just like, we're friends. You know what I mean? Like I thought we were friends. Like you're like a little sister to me type of thing. And it's just it's
There was little in there too, because like if sister wasn't bad enough, you gonna say little sister?
right. Like it's like you said, I'm your little sister. Like you're like a little sister to me. Like I have that experience and then another in high school. I can't drop the name. I can't. Now, friend, I need to tell you the name later. I'm gonna message you the name a little bit later. But I did attend high school with someone who is rather in the limelight nowadays, and it
Okay.
was a cafeteria experience where I walked in and I was a freshman in high school. I know this particularly because I remember getting in the stupid line. And if anybody from my high school is viewing this live right now, if you accepted the request to come join us, then in the high school we went to, the lines were obnoxious. Okay. So I'm waiting in line and lunch is almost over. And I'm like, oh crap, like I've been in line all this time. And so there's someone in particular, and I told you, friend, I'll let you know who it was. But this gentleman, he stands rather tall, really
Okay.
tall. Okay.
Okay.
So with that, he says, he sees me get ready to walk off. And he was like, hey, 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 like that. And I turned around. Now, mind you, I don't have a thing for skinny dudes. So I wasn't excited about this one. So I turned around and he was like, hey, hey, hey. He's like, where you going? You not eating? And I was like, man, I'm gonna miss, I'm gonna be late to class. The bell about to ring, lunch about to be over. And he was like, come hop in line. Bruh, he hit me with the little sis thing too. He was just
Wow.
he's letting me skip him because I was his little sister. Like, who
Mm,
does that? Like,
mm,
this is me. My
mm.
blood is physically boiling right now because I'm reliving these things. Like, bruh, I was a lot of little sisters or homegirls.
Yeah. And you have plenty of siblings. You have plenty of
I
siblings. We
do.
don't need any more, as one of our viewers have pointed out. Like I don't need no extra siblings.
Right, right. To those out there giving us a good hello, thank you so much for y'all viewing us on Facebook. Thank you for viewing us on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube and you have not yet subscribed, please take a moment now and hit that subscribe and turn on those notifications. Okay? Yes, hit the button.
We
Make
should
sure.
get shirts that say subscribe.
Period. You should. Period. Like just have a shirt that says subscribe. The end. But hello
Thank
to
you.
all of the beautiful melanin that is joining us right now. We appreciate you all being here, whether you're viewing us on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. Subscribe, like, follow, comment, share. We're asking that you all take a moment right now and share this stream so we can reach more people. Today, our conversation is the Friendzone Experience. I've already shared one of my stories, and we're going to go ahead and keep going from here. So, yes, I was like the little sister far too many times for comfort. Put it like that. Because it's like now we're reviewing back, looking back, it's like, bruh, I was a lot of little sister. And so
Okay.
when you
Now
have brothers,
I didn't I didn't get the little sister so much. I got best friend a lot. I
oh,
was that I was the female best friend that the dudes always had to explain to their girlfriend. That was me. I was that best friend.
I've
But
got relationships.
I do remember, like, okay, so backstory on me. I've been with my husband since I was 15. So I wasn't really checking for nobody else, but come on, I'm human. Sometimes you do be like, well, dang, ain't nobody trying to holler. Is there something wrong with me? So
It's
I remember, I remember a time where I'm gonna help me, Lord, not say nobody's name,
yeah, I had to adjust
where
my story.
there was a friend, and I will use the term loosely because this was a female, and we had just moved to a new neighborhood, and I realized I kind of went to school across town. You know that thing where you use your auntie or your grandma address so you could go to a better school. Okay, so I went to school across town, but I had a friend that actually lived close to me, and we both went to the same school across town. So she was, we were friends in school, but then like around the new neighborhood, she's from there. So she kind of was introducing me to everybody. And that's how, so there was this guy and he was interested in me. He wanted to date me, but the friend was like, once she kind of realized he was interested, she was like, well, you want to date her or you want to date me? Oh. Now, mind you, we're in 8th grade, so this was like this is where you super stupid. So our brains were not fully developed. That's my disclaimer. But as you can see, it still bugs me because I still got this story in my heart. So while he was like, yeah, I want to talk to her, whatever, then she goes, well, you want to talk to her or you want to talk to me? So at this point, these two people have a longer relationship. They've been friends longer than, I'm the new girl in the neighborhood. And so I kind of felt, I felt extra slighted. Like, okay, so, And then needless to say, yes, she was smaller than me. I was the bigger girl. I'm also the new girl. I was quiet. She was a little more aggressive, clearly. And so I kind of felt, but then later on, me and this person ended up in again, little middle school relationship. And but it was weird because I kind of felt like, I didn't have no problem with it when he said he was gonna date her instead of me, because I was like, oh yeah, I would date the skinny girl before I date the fat girl too. And like, why was that? And like, I didn't dwell on it. I didn't get sad about it. It just was like, yeah, that makes sense. Date her. What the heck was wrong with me? Yeah, because like literally it was just like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Date her. Why would you date me? And I never thought nothing else about it until, like, as you get older and you start realizing insecurities and things that you had, it kind of came up, especially when we started deciding to talk about this topic. So yeah, then another thing was, like I said, I've been with my husband since I was 15. Throughout all this time, I have guy friends. All of my friends are guys. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't until people realized that I was really getting married that they wanted to start confessing their undying love.
Girl.
And it was so weird to me. So I was like, oh, so I've been fine all this time and y'all just was scared to tell me.
Right. And it's like either I was fine all this time and you just decided to tell me, or I am not, you don't feel as though I deserve to have that level of happy. Girl, I take the deep end approach to that one, because some of the messages I got before I got married, it was just kind of like, what?
Huh? Yeah. It's like, are you hating or are you just being truthful? I'm confused.
Like, did you always feel this way, or are you being shady right now?
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely happy. That was
Mm-hmm.
a big fact. Very
Yes.
happy. I was ready to make my decision. I'm like, this is it. And I never second guessed it. So let me put that out
Never.
in social media.
Never.
Man, I never second guessed marrying my husband. I absolutely love every inch of him. Okay.
Ditto.
The thing is that it's why are you calling me? How did you get my number? And who brought you here? Who sent you here? And what's
Yeah.
going on? Because before, now mind you, when I got married, I was at my largest. And I'll just go ahead and share that. When I at my wedding, that was the largest I've ever been. Like I got
Mhm.
the biggest dress at David's bridal, y'all, and they had to let it out. Like I was at my largest when I
Yeah.
got married.
And my
But
happiest. And my happiest. Fat happy.
period. I was the happiest that I had ever been. I could not wait for that moment. Okay, like I could
Mm-hmm.
have went back home after my wedding and I would have been perfectly fine. Okay, although I had to go back past my house, but that's a whole other episode. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's a whole other episode, y'all. But no, seriously, when those messages started coming through, it's just kind of like, why? Like I posted on Facebook, I said yes to the dress, and then my DMs were obnoxious.
Off the chain.
I'm like, what the heck? Like, because the big girl was your home girl. Now the big girl is in love and getting married, and here you go showing up. You get what I'm
Mm.
saying? So I'm with
See,
you.
the cool part though is like you got married during the social media era, so you got messages. I had people coming up to me in the Chinese store. We talking on a bus. It was so awkward, and I'm just like, really? So, and y'all know I'm not good at like hiding my expression, so I'm pretty sure the WTF face was like, but why? But okay,
Listen, I left
that's
so
cute.
much on red. I left it on red. You cute. That's exactly it. You cute.
Mm-hmm. I'm
I'm
like,
happy
okay.
that you cute. You can be cute over there because
Like,
I can
okay,
still
that's quite interesting, but like, and that'd be another question for guys. Like, I know, like my husband always felt he's very expressive. Oh God bless his heart. So he was a guy that he was very forward, letting you know he was interested in him. But I just know that clearly is not the case for most guys. So like, what does it take? It seems like you're only direct when the girl is cute or other guys is checking for the same girl, and then you feel like, oh, I conquered because everybody looking at her. I got her, but I don't get it. I don't know.
it's
That we maybe we should have had a guy on this episode.
we should have had a dude on here because he would have been able to tell us. But
Yeah.
like, think about before. All right, so we've been reliving and rehashing some stuff that we've dealt with. Like, think about before in the past. Have you ever ignored or passed on an opportunity, and not just a regular any old opportunity? Like, it could be a job opportunity, it could be a relationship opportunity, it could be
Yes.
any type of chance or opportunity to do a thing because of your stature or your thoughts of yourself, maybe.
Now I have had some pretty dark moments as the big girl.
Mm.
Like sometimes, and this is probably just a woman thing, period, because I've seen it with friends and family who are not big who go through the same thing. But like I remember it was a time some friend of ours got married, and we were so happy for them. Like their story, we'll save that for another episode. Their story is so amazing. We were so happy for them, and my husband was so excited to go to this wedding, and I felt so fat and disgusting that I did not want to go.
Girl,
And we didn't go, and I feel so bad, like to this day, that we didn't go because I just was like, I'm not, I'm not going. And then it was like a half Haitian wedding, and I just didn't feel like the judgment and I really just, I didn't go. I really did not go because I felt like I was going to be judged. I didn't feel like I had the right outfit. I didn't have time to get the hair I wanted and all of that. And I just really had a whole fat girl moment and probably sat down and just ate something and watched TV.
girl, listen, the story of life. That is literally, I found myself in that same type of position. Like, I always tell my senior homecoming story from the perspective of, bruh, I was doing hair, I was busy, I was tied up, I was doing everybody's hair, so I didn't have a chance, you know?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
I,
yeah.
Y'all, I had a whole dress in the closet and I was prepared to go, but I felt as though, as how did they say now? I felt like my back looked like a can of bus biscuits when I put
Yeah.
the dress on. So I wasn't feeling myself. I couldn't get myself hyped up leading up to the moment. I just did not, I didn't, I, how can I even put this without it sounding, well, no, I'm gonna just be real. I wasn't feeling me. I
Yeah.
wasn't feeling me. And I was like, if I go out there and I feel like I look busted, I know they're gonna look at me and think I look busted. So let
Mhm.
me just keep going. And to luck would have had it that in the final hour, someone contacted me because she wasn't able to get her updo done for her bun for homecoming. And she was just crying and losing it. And it happened to be a good friend of my brother. It was his little sister. And so, with his little sister needing her hair done, my brother, of course, he realized I had already been doing hair all night. So he just asked me, would I do her hair, for homecoming? And I was like, okay, bet. I set the price a bit higher than anybody else I had charged and did her hair and ended up missing my ride to homecoming. And it was
Mhm.
fine with me. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like you ain't care.
It was
You like,
okay.
oh well.
And to this day, I tell my homecoming story as y'all. I couldn't make it to homecoming because I was too busy doing hair making money. I made more money that night than I ever did, which is true. That's a fact, though. I really
But
did. I really did.
but you leave out the fact that you didn't really want to go because of insecurities.
Right. I was completely
Mhm.
insecure and I did not want to go because of that fact. So it's like in hindsight as an adult, you know what I'm saying? Like it brings us to these places where we're looking at our previous decisions or the things that fueled our selections or options or choices. And it's just kind of like, do these insecurities carry into my current relationship? Like, am I carrying these insecurities into my current decisions and things like that? And so it's all of that, like building up to the surface and kind of bubbling over. You know what I'm saying? So in
Mhm.
that particular moment, it was more or less I didn't feel Marquita was all that fly, so Marquita was keeping her behind home. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah, and
And
that's basically what it is.
finding something to do. But about those insecurities though, friend, do you feel like you carry those in your current relationship? And if you're in the chat, comment down below if you feel as though you've carried some of your size insecurities. And even if you're not a big girl, honey, you are welcome here too. So if you're a not so big girl and you feel as though your weight has caused you to feel like maybe you've been friend zoned or something like that, go ahead and comment that down below as well. And to those who are joining in with us, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Go ahead and turn on that notification bell. Please let us know you're out here viewing. And if you have not yet, please go ahead and share. We will be notified for every single share that is sent out. And soon that share is going to really mean something to you. So go ahead and share, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're viewing us on YouTube, go ahead and hit that notification bell so that way you will get, notified whenever we go live. Oh, I see some people out in the chat saying, I'm here. We've got this comment here as well. Thank you all so much for viewing. We really appreciate you all being here. And to every familiar name that I see, your love and support is appreciated. Thank you so much. So it says, I think all BBWs have had that moment where we've tried on numerous outfits and had the fat moment. Ooh, sis, me
Yes.
and them. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Big facts. Big facts.
And you just be like, just forget it. Or you be like, I'm just wearing a trash bag.
But I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying home. No, no.
Y'all go ahead. I ain't going.
Listen, make
Mm-mm.
everybody late. That's why we always late. Make everybody late until we look like we want to look.
And then when we do get there, baby,
Please know we
all
have.
this effort we done put through to this slave, you better get excited when you see me, doggone
Oh,
it.
how about we interject right here because we were together this weekend and we was pretty cute
Yes.
though.
We was
Okay,
cool. We had so
confidence.
much fun.
Yes, we tore the city up for a couple of days. We took time off with our husbands and we really enjoyed the city this past few days. We got a
The
chance to
city
connect.
of Atlanta, because you say the
Yes.
city. like it
The
ain't a
city
bunch
of
of things.
Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a chance. All right, we got to, oh, hold up. Speaking of lovely husbands, one moment, please.
Okay, okay, okay. So you had asked about insecurities in my current relationship.
Mm.
And I don't think I have any insecurities when it comes to like, am I insecure in thinking my husband won't see me a certain way? But sometimes there's the insecurities of like, how will people view us together? You know what I mean? Because if you don't know, me and my husband, we straight up the number 10. I'm the zero, he's the one. And sometimes, and then he has this baby face, y'all, too. So he look like he's 15 and I look 30. So they like, is that her son or is that her man? I'm confused. So those types of things, sometimes, yes, I have slight insecurities about. Like, if I know he looking a certain way, I'm like, okay, I'm trying not to look like his mama ponytail, like like
Ponytail.
should I wear my hair off my face? Should I, because I'm trying not to look like his auntie.
Yeah, that's a whole big
And
fact.
then I don't know, like, and I feel this might be all women. This just ain't too. This just doesn't apply to big women. But when you sometimes look at the things that, first of all, women are putting on social media, and then that your man or your husband is looking at,
Oh,
not
clutching
even not
pearls.
like your partner is checking out women that don't look nothing like you. So you like, is that what you like? I don't hold on to it too long, but I'm just saying, since we having the conversation.
Friend, you better talk to your
Like,
friend about it. Do not
okay.
listen. I'm gonna tell you right now. I probably talked about you if you're viewing right now and you are a friend on his Facebook and you have posted anything remotely half naked, sis. I've talked about you, and I just need you to be aware.
Mm-hmm.
If you are
Mm-hmm.
that person,
So
I've talked about you.
you be looking at certain stuff and you just like, so do you think she looks nice?
Right? Is that cute to
And
you?
if you have a partner like mine, he gonna just what are you talking about? Like I ain't say nothing. Like
Right?
I don't
Like
know what you're talking about.
we are married to the same dude. This is not
Oh
a
my
game.
god.
We are married to the same guy. So not literally for any of
So
you.
we got to comment and say it's art, nothing more, nothing less. So
Listen,
that's art. It's art.
all right, Stan. Art.
It's
All
art.
right.
I got your art.
Right. Listen, let me paint you a picture for real.
Mhm.
No, I do feel like I carry that into my relationship. We doing full disclosure here at the Melanin
Yeah.
Mindset, everyone. So I do feel like I do. I find myself in those positions where I'm like, babe, you think I'm cute? I'm that
Mhm.
person. Y'all,
Oh
listen,
my gosh.
all the TikToks are about your girl, okay? Because I'm that
Yes.
person. And if he is viewing right now, he can go ahead and validate that fact. But then, but if we're just fully honest, it's like I can tell, and y'all, I'm about to get mushy for just a second, okay? When he looks at me,
Mm.
the worries are gone. That's
Mhm.
what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna get too extra, but I'm just saying I can see it when he looks at me. So it's that takes that stress away. But the initial nerve is still happens. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Where you like,
The nerve still happens, but it's like the way he looks at me, and let's not get too intimate, you know what I'm saying? But the way he
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's like if you really look at the whole thing, it's like he stops that insecurity. And like
Yes.
you said,
Yes.
if you know Jimmy,
Yes.
people know
Yes,
Jimmy has
husbands, boyfriends, partners out here, you
period.
have the strength to crush all those insecurities.
Right.
Pay attention.
It's nothing at all wrong with having those slighted feelings from time to time. But that partner being able to tell you, honey, you're not in my friend zone. Okay. You're not
Mhm.
you're not friend zoned with me. I'm your friend and I'm here
Excellent.
for you. but you are definitely not friend zone to me, and you are more
Yes.
than what you're giving yourself credit for. So that helps to neutralize it, if that makes sense. It helps to
Yeah,
neutralize
girl, I be ready to fight when I look cute and my husband don't say nothing.
it.
My
Girl,
question, it usually starts off like this. I'll be like, "You all right? Did you see? Oh, okay.
okay,
Should I
listen.
change? Should I? Should I change?"
I'm gonna tell you right here and right now, you got 5 minutes to say I look cute on this live stream. And if you don't, then I'm gonna feel a type of way. So it just is, it just comes with it. So we got somebody vibing with us down in chat. Yes. Yes,
Yes.
sis. Yes. So it's like you're looking for it. So you are feeling the same feeling too. It's like anybody can relate to that. Anybody in a relationship, does not matter who your significant other is, but in that relationship, have they ever called you by your first name and you were ready to square up?
Oh, that's so funny. I told my husband one day, he said, I asked him something and he said, "Yes, Kia." And I said, did he just say my first name? And I said, well, if you got an attitude, I don't got no attitude. You don't never say my name. I'm always babe, sweetie, sexy, honey. What?
Right,
Don't
babe.
you not say my name unless you're talking to somebody else.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be real big problems if you put a Mar in front of it. If you don't abbreviate it somehow, we got beef. All right, and it's just
Uh,
what it is. Let's look at separating or distinguishing our relationships, how we connect with men versus women.
Now, this was interesting because I feel like it's easier for me to talk about like with men. Like I said, I always had guy friends, da, da, da. But I was thinking it about like with my friendships with women. Like over in the past, I can honestly say like my closest friends that I consider like my close friends that are females, with the exception of maybe two, have been big girls. Like we always big girls. So, and honestly, I like I said, I've always been a guy friend. So I can tell you, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have had 8 females that I have considered close friends. 8.
Friend, you doing better than me. People who I could call close
And
friends.
listen though, the only reason I think I have had 8 is because I moved a lot. So I had to find somebody to hang with where I was at.
Listen, and this is not counting family. I could count on a single hand how many
Yes.
close friends that I could sincerely trust. I've got one friend who tried to sleep with my dude. I got one friend who wouldn't tell me when I looked crazy. This girl would let me go out looking busted so she could look cute. Ain't nobody
Yeah,
got
so
time.
we don't. Yeah, no, I'm not counting none of them.
Yeah,
These
so
eight
I don't have.
females, these 8 females that I'm talking about, like even when we were friends, because one was from high school, and when I say that was my ride or die, that was my friend. Like she had my back, like how you got my back during that time. Now, when these friendships ended for whatever reason, they ended. But while we were friends, we were friends. We looked out for each other. We, you know what I mean? It was no animosity. I wasn't after her man. She wasn't after my man. None of that. So honestly, I could say there's been about 8. As an adult, like let's say just right now in my close circle, I say I have 4 females that I can turn to that are not my family. I have 4 females that I could be like, this I consider that I would call them my friend. Now, honestly, within these friendships, just all of them in general, yes, I always felt like the fat, funny friend. I've always felt like the one who say whatever she want out her mouth. Like I feel like I'm the friend you're gonna have to explain to other people before I get there. Like, listen, girl, she don't mean no harm. She might hurt your feelings,
There
but
it is.
she's lovely. Like that's me. And I don't know, maybe that's why I haven't been like that close of a friend with females, because I always just I don't know.
Yeah,
And then for my friends who were like smaller friends, like sometimes I, as women we get in our head, and like if I see my friend doing something or like going certain places. Like I just feel like sometimes I feel like friends can't put you in a category based on, hopefully it's based on where they feel as though you'll be comfortable. But there's that little devil on your shoulder to just be like, she didn't invite you to that because you're fat.
Bruh. Yes. And it follows you.
Yeah.
Follows you. And it almost antagonizes you low key
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you're always looking for that. And for me, I've
And
got
then you also don't want the sympathy invite.
oh that.
Yeah. Like I don't want the sympathy invite.
I
Like, yeah, y'all
oh,
have to go to the beach and y'all gonna be in two pieces. You know I ain't wearing no doggone two piece. Don't invite me. Unless you got some other fat people at this party, I don't want to go.
right, right,
That's
right.
how we be like, who gonna be there?
And it has nothing to do with not wanting to be in the place or it's going to no, I just need to know who are going to be there so I can know what type of vibe I'm about to walk into and what it's going to look like. What is I need to shake the room before I get there. So
Yes.
I need to
Yeah.
know what I'm
And
about to
I
walk
feel
into.
like, and I'm not even gonna say that only big girls do that, but I think everybody does that. But I feel like it's a big thing for us.
It's definitely a big thing for us.
Like it definitely is gonna
I,
determine like whether I'm gonna go, and if I go, what am I wearing? Like, and then I gotta know what my mood is for the day. Is my mood like, let me just chill, sit in the corner and observe, or am I trying to be extra and let y'all see all this good body? Like, I don't
yeah,
know. It's
listen.
it's a whole thought process. Oh, see this comment from Longea.
Oh, grab it. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. What it say? Let's see. I'd stay. Oh, I would say from personal experience amongst friends, I often
Mm-hmm.
feel underestimated or over. Come on, sis. Come on.
Yeah.
Where's my claps? Hold up. Insert that right there because that's a whole big fact. Going to an event or showing up with a clique of people and they're just like shocked. Or what about the "you're cute for a big girl"? Is that
Yeah.
something? The "you're
Yeah.
cute for
Oh
a big."
no, not that you're cute for a video. When you talking about yourself and you be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so fat," and they go, "You're not fat, you're beautiful," and it's like I didn't say
Say
I
I
was
was
ugly. I'm
ugly.
very clear that I'm beautiful. I know I'm beautiful. That's not. I just said I was fat. And
Right.
it's usually a comment that I'm pertaining to because I'm out of breath or I got stuck in the chair or I tried to button my pants and it didn't go as planned. It all got nothing to do with how I feel about my beauty. I know I'm beautiful.
Right.
I have to say that I would really, oh, I missed it. I was really
Oh, go
call my
ahead.
friend. I have a couple that would be there for me, and if I was in need of something, but two that would be down for whatever. Yeah,
I'm with you
we
on that.
all got that one, two
Yeah.
friends. It's like you, we all have good friends, but you probably only have one, what I call how to body friend. You
Yeah.
only got one friend that's gonna help you how to body.
Right. Right. And no, 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 not just help you hide the body, but help you hide the body. Not ask 21 questions because the
And
least
not
answer
ask
is
no
the best.
question and not bring that crap up ever again.
This didn't happen. Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm. Never happened. No, ma'am. Nope.
Yes.
And so I've got one solid hide a body friend, and you all are viewing the Melanin Mindset with me and her. I got that one solid hide a body
What
friend.
body? What body?
Um, but
What
I
body?
could probably rock more. I could probably rock closer with what Mona is saying, where it's like you got two that's 10 toes down. I could
Mhm.
probably say two. So between you and one other person, I could probably say it's 10 toes down
Yeah.
for the ride, no matter what. And I could probably, even if I don't speak to them or deal with them or pissed at them or whatever, I
Yeah.
could I could tolerate.
I know we talking about friends, but let me just let y'all know about my family unit. My husband and these five kids, child, we've been took care of anything before anybody. If I had to call anybody, but I do, like hey, my family, my family got my back so hard, and that's what I feel like as a plus size person. I've always had that love from my family. So I never really looked at the insecurities as much until you get older and you just start looking at stuff. And I think it's more so when you start seeing it in younger people. When you
Mm,
start seeing it in your children and your nieces and people you work with that are younger, and you just want to go, especially the things that these young girls are putting up with in relationships.
Ooh.
Like,
Don't get carried away.
girl,
Episode.
I'm
Don't
not.
do it.
I know.
Don't
That's
do it.
another
Don't
topic
do it.
for another day. But
Don't
just
do
while we
it.
on the topic of insecurities and
Yeah,
being friend zones like that, some of the stuff these girls is putting up with is definitely due to some insecurities. It gotta be.
big facts. And you don't
It
have to
ha-
be a big girl to carry those insecurities either.
yeah.
If we talk about forming those connections, or like you said, playing the fat friend role, I have
Yeah.
definitely, I don't understand why, but I kid you not, I sit and have conversations with people, and we are carrying on and on and on. And at some point in time, just randomly, I could be so sincere, and
Mm-hmm.
they'll bust out laughing. And I'm just like, what?
Mm.
What? Like, I said I was serious. And they were like, no, it's the way you said it. No, I didn't say it a certain way.
Now, friend, I'm gonna tell you, they ain't got nothing to do with you being big. That's because you a Virgo. And the way you say stuff, you be like, I don't know whether to be offended or not. Like, what? How she come for me like
I'm
that?
so sincere though, and it bugs me. Like, everybody always thinks that I am the comedian or I'm the joker or
Yeah.
stuff like that. And it's like, that's really not my lot in life, sis. And if you really
Mm-hmm.
know, I was not that big of a clown.
Or
Like,
like, or like you the friend that you want. Yeah, you don't call me for nothing else until you mad at somebody and want to fight. I'm not.
right.
I'm
Oh my
not the muscle. I'm not the muscle.
oof.
Funny story. Let me tell you. I have a coworker. I had a coworker. She was much smaller about everything, height, just a tiny little thing. I love her so much. And the students, because I was teaching at the time, the students were getting ready to fight. She squeezed her little teeny self in between these two girls
You
about the
might know
fight.
this coworker.
And then she was looking to me to help her. I said, honey, do you see this face and this flawless skin? I'm not jumping in no fight. Move your ass from out the middle of the fight. Why you think I'm about to come help you? Is it because I'm big? Because
Oh
I'm
my
not. I'm
gosh.
going to stand my big self over here and watch them beat each other until they out of breath. Now move. I bet you from that day forward, that lady ain't never put herself in no other fight. I said, they have told us to call security. We got these nice little buttons here, and that's what I'm going to do.
Mm.
After I record them a little bit, I ain't getting no fight.
Girl,
Why
hashtag world
you
star.
think I'm big? I'm about to jump in somebody's fight? No, ma'am.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Don't have
I'm
time
cool.
for it.
Mm-mm. And then I'm a little crazy too, because I might mess around and try to break up a fight. And they accidentally hit me, and now I'm gonna be fighting. So yeah, I just try
Listen,
to avoid those situations.
Lord, but what about the status quo though?
Cinnamon fan got my eyes running. I just realized I'm like, why my eyes burning?
Lord, friend, listen, don't rub off too much. Don't rub off too much.
Okay, I think it's cinnamon fan.
But we got another point here that we put down about the interactions or insecurities that cause you to feel like you need to adhere to expectations. So, where are we
Mm,
going with that? Like, who is setting the status quo or the expectation for what beauty is? I
mm-hmm.
want to say that there is a company, and I can't say the company's name, but there is a company who has done something where they've decided they are no longer going to filter pictures of
Yeah.
their models.
There's a couple of I've been like getting really excited. Like some of my little coupons that been coming in the mail. I'm like, okay, big chicks on there, less photoshopped, all of that. Starting to see what real people look like.
Right, right. And it's like if you got a wrinkle here, they show the wrinkle. Let's talk. Oh, I know who I can reference because I'm not gonna have to worry about any, issues in that area. What's her name? Halle Bailey, or is it Chloe? Which one is it?
Chloe.
Chloe. It's Chloe who
Chloe
got
is the one that just came out with the song by herself.
right. All right. So Chloe, her album cover, she did not allow them to alter her stretch marks.
Oh,
Her
nice.
stretch
I didn't
marks
know
are
that.
showing. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Her stretch marks on her hips is showing, and she did not have them alter it out. It is wonderful to see that. But let's talk about the current common expectation. Everybody's not Chloe, we know. All right, but
Yeah.
the current expectation, like, do you feel like you shrink yourself down sometimes? I feel like I can share off of this one. I do think that I'll tend, and that might have a lot to do with my personality structure. I will, yes, shout out to the stretch marks. I tend to shrink down, and it's not in a sense where I don't feel like I belong in the space. I just know that sometimes my mouth can be a big part of what is seen when I come in. My
Mhm.
stature can be a large part, no pun intended, of what you see when I walk in the room. All right. So with that, it's like, dude, you'll notice if you see me in a room with a bunch of people, friend, like I'll sit there and I'll be more quiet or I'll dip off
Mhm.
somewhere to the side. And the
Yeah.
reason being is because I do not want to come across overbearing in that
Yeah.
space. And I don't want to come across seeming more cocky than
Mhm.
what it really is when that's just really my personality. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like when you and I
Mhm.
get together, we gas each other up, we go out, we step, we kill, okay?
Yeah.
Because we're
Yeah.
your friend though, you know? But then it's
Mhm.
like when I go into a room of so many variables, I do
Yeah.
find myself approaching it like kind of strange, kind of like, uh, do I need to
Yeah.
be here? Should I be here? And it's like all of those thoughts just start running and reeling through your head. And it's almost like the question we put down here is, who are you seeking to please? It's like, what am I
Mhm.
doing in that instance?
Exactly.
And so going through this topic, the friend zone experience, it really became so much more diverse than what it was when we first had the idea. Like, did you ever realize that you were always the homie? That's how this started. But then as we started to build different bits and pieces that we could converse off of, it really caused me to take some internal reflection because I was like, hold up, sis, who is it exactly that I'm trying to impress, or who am I trying to satisfy in this space? Like, who deserves for me to shrink me so
Yeah.
they'll be comfortable? You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's where like I veer off because I do find myself walking into rooms and kind of shrinking down a little bit, like, ooh, like looking around like, oh, she's cute, or this person looks nice, or whatever. And then now I'm just second guessing my whole setup for my attire or my whole
Yeah.
appearance to the room. And
Yeah.
so that is, yeah, that's a big thing. And yes, I used to overcompensate. My cleavage used to be out for days. Anybody who knew me, I mean, literally, all you ever saw coming from a mile away was
Was
cleavage.
them with them tatas?
Listen, the girls are not small and the girls are not shy, so the girls used to be out to
They
overcompensate for
they was out here. They was out here.
where I felt like I lacked. Nowadays, I
Yeah.
can wear a shirt that's cut just like this and go out and feel super
I
cute.
feel super confident
Yeah,
too.
and I feel beautiful. I feel like, oh girl, you got it together. I don't
Yeah.
need to do all of that. But that was a
Yeah.
place. And if you're viewing right now, again, we didn't greet. We had a few people come in and go out. Greeting real quick to those who are viewing us on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. Please go ahead and let us know where you're viewing from. Kia, wouldn't this be a good time to ask for them to drop their state? So where are you?
Drop your city in your state. Drop your set you rep. What set you repping?
Okay. Rep your city. Let us know where you're viewing us from. We can already see if you're viewing us from Facebook. We can already see if you're viewing us from YouTube or Twitter. But we want you to let us know down in the chat. Go ahead and comment what city and state, or what city or state that you're viewing us from. If you're viewing on if you're viewing on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell because when we go live again next week on Monday at 8:30 p.m.
You will
Eastern,
be notified.
5:30 p.m. Pacific, you will get that notification. We got viewing from Philly. We got viewing from Orlando, Florida.
Hey.
Yes. So we love it. We love it. We love it. And we really do love that you all are here. This is our official launch, man.
Hey, 40 March
Yeah.
Day.
Bruh, this is official launch, man. This is our first live
Our first
official live stream.
live podcast.
Yes.
Yes,
And
AC in the building.
I just knew I was gonna be scared. I just knew I was gonna have a heart attack. But we just got on here and did what we do. We just talked.
Yeah, yeah,
So let's
definitely
get
made that
down to this
too.
next one. Let's get down to this next one. What about do you think it makes you a target for unfaithful or toxic relationships?
Hmm. Now, me personally, no. Um, maybe a little bit in friendships, but definitely not in my relationship. But I have witnessed, especially in the field that I work in, which is cosmetology, from both clients and students. And I have seen women stay in uncomfortable situations because they feel as though they're either not good enough, strong enough, or smart enough to be with anybody else or to leave their current toxic situation, which is sad, which is really sad because you kind of put a blocker on yourself, like to say, oh well, I can't do this, so I might as well stay here. Like this is better than. And honestly, in this person's head, I'm assuming they think, well, I can't do XYZ without this person, so let me stay. But the truth of the matter is, if you leave, you just will have to learn XYZ. You will just have to learn how to date again. You will just have to learn how to whatever. That person is the driver. You will have to learn how to drive.
Facts.
Or if that person is used to cleaning the pool, you're gonna have to hire a pool person. So I think a lot of times, I don't know if sometimes size though, I think because we're talking about being friend zone because of your size, it's like, oh, you finally found somebody that was interested in you. You didn't think nobody was interested in you, and now you're just gonna stay whether this person is treating you right or not because well, I'm not gonna use any, for lack of a better word, I'm fat, ain't nobody else gonna want me, so let me stay here. Which is bad. And no, for me, no, I've never done that. Like I'm F it real quick.
Well,
I'm like, no,
I
I don't
just
like it. I don't like it. We're not doing this no more. No, I am a professional quitter.
Bruh, listen,
I'm out.
I didn't even come to that place until how long we been friends, friend?
About
We've been
11
friends
years,
for a
11 years.
couple of minutes, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
And so in our friendship, I can say this friendship in particular has caused me to grow into that, you know what? You don't want me, I don't need you. I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
yes, I was in a place where I was there for myself. Please don't get it twisted. I definitely was there for Marquita. But at the end of the day, there are moments that I would catch myself being back in that moment, and it was eighth grade all over again, sitting in class
Mm,
with the buzz, playing Truth
mm,
or Dare, and being the little sister.
yeah.
Okay, but at this phase of my life, I have lived at this point, and I've come to accept the things that will not change. I have come to terms with the things that I do not like. So with
Mm-hmm.
that, it prevents me from walking into it present day. I'm more
Yeah.
vocal present day. But
Yeah.
when I
In
was
the
young, y'all,
past.
them early 20s was rough. Them early 20s was rough. I ran into a couple of bum relationships. We're gonna put it like that. Yeah. Can I insert a story here, friend?
Please insert a story, friend.
I'm about to insert a story, y'all. Listen, I was in a position where I was with someone, and I'm telling this one because my husband knows the story, y'all, so I'm safe. Okay. So so I was in a position where I was dating a guy who he wasn't, he had his days. Okay. So with this particular person, I thought he was so adorable. I thought he was adorable. Okay.
Mm,
So I was with him, and it was almost like in this phase of my life, I was thankful he wanted to be with me. And it's like I
mm.
say it with that tone because present day, I'm like, that was the dumbest thing you could have ever felt.
Do you ever want to go back and talk to your younger self and be like, you were so
All
stupid?
the time. Like, it's like, why were you
What was
so
you
dumb?
mean?
Like, who is you? But yeah, so to this story, so I was with this person, y'all, listen, he was not being the most faithful person, okay?
Mhm.
So with him not being faithful, I'm like, in this relationship, he's not, 100% available to me. And then as that happens, I had this one huge push of willpower. And it wasn't even really willpower. It was like, girl, you can't, how you gonna tell your people?
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
wasn't even really willpower. It was embarrassment. I was like, I can't tell this to my people. Okay. Like in
Yeah.
my family, I am the little person. Like I'm apparently just little Kita forever.
Yeah.
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 So some of these topics are gonna be hard for my family, but they will deal. But no, in this situation, like it was, he wasn't faithful, and he started his own family. We're
Mm.
gonna leave it there, okay? He started his own family, but then says to me, "I still want to be with you, but I'm gonna take care of my family." Okay, you can
Mm.
fill in the blank. You know what he did, and
Mhm.
so they still want to be with me, but then be okay that they're with someone else. And then it's like, hold up. At that moment, can I be full disclosure, people? Everybody watching, full disclosure. I considered it. That's how bad of a place I was in. I considered it.
Mhm.
But then I was like, but you can't tell your people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now it's like I had to back off.
Yeah, is this the same? Is this the same person that we had a conversation about? And you said something about a
Yeah.
child might be his, and then you kind of kept talking, and you were like, "Yeah, but I think it's not." And I was listening, and then this was early on in our friendship, and I said, "But the fact that it might be like the
Oh,
bond."
girl, no. It just dawned on when you said earlier in our friendship, I remember. It was the
Yeah.
single letter name, right?
Yes. Yes.
No, honey, it ain't that story. That's gonna
Okay.
be a
But
whole
I just
I
but
got
I just remember you being so involved in that relationship. And I
uh,
remember going like the fact that it might be is a no. Like nigga needs to go. Dumpster. Call waste management to come pick him up.
oh man. So, but in this situation in particular, it's almost like you think that you deserve that when you're having that pivotal moment that you feel like you deserve more, but then you're anxious about stepping out because you're like, he's been with me for all of this time. He's been
Mm,
here. And that's all I can say is he was there because clearly he
pretty much.
wasn't there for me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then it's like I cut ties, and then magically, again, not gonna drop no names, but magically he came into possession of my phone number again. You know this
Mm,
story.
mm.
And the phone number was provided to them by someone very, very close to me. So
Wow.
it was
It
like,
wasn't me. It wasn't me, y'all.
it was, I, I didn't understand. I was like, when I got the phone call, I couldn't believe it. But then the worst part of all, and it ties back to the friend zone experience or how you approach your male versus female relationships, being plus size or, being the big girl. And so it's like I came into that position or that situation where the phone rings and I get asked to go out on a date. But I'm like, he treated me like trash, but yet
Yeah.
I'm going to go on this date because I did. And then when I got back, I'm like, what are you doing?
What are
You're
you doing?
starting
Yeah.
this again. What are you doing? And so
Mm,
just being a big girl, it comes with so many different levels. And it's not just big girls, but we can only talk about what we know. Okay. We can't give you advice on things we're not aware of. Like
yeah.
I ain't never been the skinny chick in the room. Okay, I just haven't. And so that's not my story to tell you. So being in that situation and having those insecurities, those evident insecurities, it caused me to be more subjected to those toxic relationships. And it
Yeah.
was because I did not value myself at the level that I should have at the time. I think I woke up around when I started dating my husband, y'all. I woke up, hold on. When did I wake up, y'all?
Mhm.
But no, I came to the realization in all sincerity. There
Yeah.
was one other relationship prior to my husband who they were there for me unconditionally. It just, we was young and it was what it was. But my husband came back into my adult life. And during that phase of time where he was phasing his way in, okay, while I was
Mhm.
trying to figure my junk out, He was my
Mhm.
homie. I had friend zoned him. He was my homie. And so
How
I
about that? How about that?
he was my homie. And I was like,
Yes.
that's my homie, bro. That's my homie. But then let him tell it. He said I slid in his DMs, y'all. But we ain't gonna talk about that. But yeah, with that, I did prior to my husband, I had a lot of those toxic style relationships. And I do feel like my weight played a major part in that. And I do feel like my insecurities from childhood and being the little sister in a lot of my
Mhm.
male relationships, or the good friend or best friend or fake girlfriend, because yes, that would happen. Like the fake girlfriend so that the other girl would get
So you
jealous.
can make somebody else jealous.
Yeah,
Mm.
because listen, the girl has always cleaned up very well. Okay, I've
Mhm.
always cleaned up very well, but it's just like you're the fake girlfriend to make the other girl jealous. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it's I definitely, this topic right here hit home for me. If it hit home for you, please go ahead and like this video right now. Go ahead and
Give
drop.
us a thumbs up.
Yes, drop us a comment down below if this topic is hitting home for you, if you can relate to it, even if you're not a big girl and you can relate to the friend zone experience as a whole.
Yeah.
Go ahead and let us know you're viewing us down below. Let us know that we're at least in the same arena with you while we carry on the rest of our conversation. But yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely.
It's funny though, like for me, I think because I've been with my husband for so long, like he set the bar so high. Like when I tell you, I have never questioned whether my husband loves me or anything like that. But I've also had insecurities, let's just like amongst being around people, like if I'm being received well, how do I sound? How do I look? And especially in my industry, like I wouldn't go work in a salon that had a lot of people because I felt like I was going to be not only the fat girl, I was going to be the fat black girl because I live in South Florida and it's very diverse. And the salons and it's funny because there's this one salon that very high end, and the owner was in love with me. Like she was like, "Oh, I need you to come. We have a lot of ethnic hair client. They don't never know what to say. Y'all got nappy head people, but and a lot of our mothers, they're having mixed children, and sometimes we don't know what to do with the hair. But when I tell you, I did not feel confident enough to go work in that environment. First of all, the first, let's just talk about what the first strike was. These women wore heels all day. So 200 plus on heels all day ain't it. So that was strike one. And then the fact that I don't know, I didn't take the job because of that. And there's a lot of jobs that I probably would have been amazing at, but I wouldn't even apply or try to insert myself because I didn't feel like I fit in with everybody else.
Mm.
And that might be low key an insecurity I still carry. I don't know because now I've gotten to a point where I run my own business and I do my own thing, so I ain't gotta look good to nobody but myself. So I don't know if opportunity comes up where I get a job, I'll see how I feel about it and I'll let y'all know.
Yeah, we'd love to find out.
Yeah.
I'll know before y'all, but hey.
Exactly. I'll be like, girl, they want me to come in here. I don't know what to wear. What am I doing with my hair? Should I wear
Yeah.
those type of insecurities I have.
Oh yeah, and it's really, it really
But
plays.
I know now that I deserve to be in the high end salon, at the high end restaurant, doing whatever I want, wherever I want. So I will overcome said insecurities and go anyway. Like right now, if that wedding was to happen and I wasn't feeling good about going, I would put on an outfit, call this person on the screen, ask her, "Do I look cute?" If she said yes, I'm going. Like it's
Girl,
just
by
I'm
the time
going
I get done
because
gassing you up,
I
it's
feel
all you
like
gonna go in there and shut the place
I've done a lot of um, ignoring certain things and missing certain opportunities because I felt like I belonged in a certain way because of my weight, the color of my skin, and the fact that I'm female. So now though, I get over it real quick. Even if it's still a thought in the back of my mind, I don't let it stop me from going after what I want.
Right.
So if I'm feeling fat, I'm be like, they about to get all this fat girl today, because
Listen, that's what I say.
I'm going after what I deserve.
Yes. You definitely we definitely have to get to that place. Like even with me recently getting a promotion at my job, I had every bit of insecurity about
But
going after it
you didn't
again.
get the flat thing.
Oh, hold on.
You didn't get the flat thing.
Yes, friend, yes. So she was like, "You're supposed to give me a clap right there." No problem. It did get a little awkward. So yeah. But no, for real, talking about that's a big fact. It is even with recently me getting a promotion at my job, my mainstream job, I should say it that way. Um, I had all the anxiety, and I can't really say that my weight was a huge bearing on that, but me having to come onto a camera to
Yeah.
show myself during the interview is what made me nervous. Listen, these conversations that Kia and I have together, it's so much fun for us to sit and talk to one another and really just to get into things with each other. But then coming down to actually putting it out for everyone else to see, like, bruh,
Yeah.
the anxiety. I
A
was like,
little unnerving.
what if they don't receive us?
Mhm.
Like, what if they're like, that's just two big girls running their mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
bro,
And you
listen.
know what? At this point in my life, I'm fine with that.
I was
That's how
gonna
you
say,
feel.
I definitely
That's
went through
how
the
you feel.
motions. But if you only watch because it's two big girls running their mouth, please continue to view because that'll help us with notoriety. And that's the
Yeah.
goal. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the end goal. So if that is the reason you are tuning in, we appreciate you just the same. And you can
We
still
appreciate
subscribe.
you all. We appreciate all of you.
Yes, you can still hit that
Thank you so
notification bell.
much.
We definitely
Subscribe,
appreciate you.
share, all that jazz.
Yes, and we're found on all social media platforms. I want you all to be fully aware, though, sincerely, out of everything else that we may talk about, just know at some point in time we will give you that extra kick in your butt for encouragement because no matter what position someone puts you in, it doesn't matter. It matters about where you put yourself. So when you
Yeah.
walk into the room, you deserve to be there. When you see somebody looking at you, don't think it's a joke. No, no, no. Are you interested, sis? Go get him.
Go get him.
Are you interested, bro? Go get her.
Secure the bag.
Go on and
Hey,
get it because
Dad. I got a hey, Mama Kia. Hey,
uh,
baby.
and so it's just like you deserve to be in that room. You deserve to be at that event. You deserve to put on that dress and go to the wedding and be cute.
Yes.
All right.
And
I
be
deserve to
cute
go to
and
homecoming.
have fun. And I know they have some good food too. Damn.
I don't doubt it, girl. And they was lit at homecoming. I found out after the fact, but they was pretty
Afterwards,
lit
right?
at
I'm
home.
not missing another homecoming. I'm not missing another
And
wedding.
I'm not
All
missing
you
the
getting all the whole package.
listen, you're gonna see everything. You're gonna see the sunrise and the moon fall, and I don't care. As long as I feel beautiful, my husband think I'm fly, and my bestie cheering me on, I'm fine. I'm fine, and you should feel the same. And if you don't have that person in your corner, please know you can come back and talk to us on Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time
Mhm.
and light up our chat. And your
When
girls
we
will
have a Facebook page that you can always hit us in the chat box. We will get back to you.
Yes, we will. And if you follow us on Instagram, you can catch us real quick because that's going to ding on our phone. So one of
Mhm.
us will be the one to reply to you and let you know what's what. Now, but hold up. We do have topics lined up. Now, please note we've already come to the acceptance of what our concept is. But if there's
Yes.
something you all want us to discuss, if you feel
We
like it's something
love,
to dig
we would
into,
love.
please do because that's going to transition us to our final discussion. We have our topic laid out for next week already. And
So
so,
next week, make sure you tune in as we talk about forgiveness. It's time to heal and release. Let's talk about it. I think this is gonna be a juicy one.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a juicy one because I got a
I
lot
think we
of.
might need to have a glass of wine for this one.
Oh sis, don't listen. You just put me onto that Stella, honey. You just put me on the
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah.
Listen, don't
Gotta
come
be
to me
something.
in the
Gotta be
comments.
something. Gotta be something gentle so we can stay on topic. We don't want to be. We don't want to be under the influence.
Oh no. I might put some sweet tea in a wine glass just for us to be safe.
Put a little grape juice. Little grape juice.
I'm gonna put a little apple juice in a wine glass, and
Hmm.
we're gonna have the vibe. If you want to bring your wine glass with you and put actual wine in it, sis, by all means, do your thing. But next week we're gonna be tackling another topic that we are good with, we are familiar with. We're gonna talk about forgiveness and growth, and we'll have a few references. I'm sure you'll want to find out about when you come in. So please be ready,
Yes.
and
So
you
make
might
sure
want to bring
you
your
guys
pen
tune
and
in.
paper.
This gonna be a good one, y'all. Y'all gonna really want to tune in and get other people to tune in too. Especially if you know somebody struggling with somebody who wronged them or hurt them and them having a hard time letting go. Like, make sure to tune in for this forgiveness topic. So that'll be next Monday, 8:30. We look forward to it. I don't know. We got anything else before we leave?
No, we I just messaged you something that we brought up when we did our introduction.
So, like, my phone dead. Hold on.
Mm,
I gotta put it up on the screen.
I'll do it right here. Get back in the stream with me.
No, I see it. I see it.
Oh,
Oh, okay. So last time, we had a comment from this lovely young woman, and we did tell you that in this episode we were going to reveal who Linda is in the comments. Linda is my beautiful mother, who I love so much. And so Linda had made a couple comments the last time. Hey,
yeah.
mom.
There she go. Listen, now, hold up now. You can't go and claim Linda 100% because me and Linda have a very special relationship. And that'll
Yes,
be
you
said
do.
for another episode too. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Look,
Aww.
do you see the chat?
Yeah.
I'm not fooling. We at the end. We going out on a happy note. I don't have time. Anyway. Anyway. She just saw it. She just
I
saw the
just thought,
comment.
I just thought,
She
I
didn't
just
see what
thought.
it said. She was smiling. That was a pity smile that she gave just now, like, yes. No, But no, we definitely appreciate having the love and support. I saw a few of my family members dropping in the chat. I saw a few friends dropping in the chat. I saw some names I didn't even know
Awesome.
dropping in the chat.
Yeah.
So please keep it going, okay? So feel free to share this as the week progresses. We will be sure to drop plenty of promo to remind you that we are coming next week with the topic of forgiveness. Someone even dropped in the chat and said we need to talk about trust. I think we can drop trust and forgiveness in the same conversation. You think
Yeah.
so? We can
We
tackle that.
can. We'll talk about it because if we could think a little more on trust, but part of forgiveness, trust is a big thing because usually the reason that you need to forgive somebody is because they broke your trust. So
Right,
yes.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna dig into that. We are not holding back. So please know it will be raw and real conversation coming next week. Thank you all so much for tuning in with us for our grand launch. And one last time before you go, if you what was that?
That was my happy. Like, nigga, we made it.
I can't. Oh, I can't take it. So listen, with that being said, if you are viewing us from YouTube, go ahead and like, subscribe, drop us a comment, and share. Okay, turn the notifications on so you get told what's going on. But for those who couldn't join us tonight, please share it in your circles. Our stuff is all public. We want them to be able to see it. We want them to be able to
Yes.
participate. We want everyone to join in because our conversations are dope when it's the two of us. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But incorporating your commentary throughout tonight's live with our grand launch was so exciting. I don't know about you, Kia, but I definitely had a blast this evening just talking to my good girlfriend, honey.
Yes, girl.
Yes. And so thank you once again for joining in. And if you're viewing us on Facebook, you can still like, comment, and follow. as well. We have a page. We will be posting more often there. But if you want to see that exclusive stuff, the pics that we do not post to our Facebook, you want to follow us on Instagram. And we can be found on Instagram at
Melanin Mindset underscore.
Y'all forgive me. Listen, I'm trying to get it. Everything is melanin mindset
Yeah,
all around. So
yeah.
if you see our faces there, you are in the right place. So brothers, sisters, friends, family, thank you again for viewing us tonight. It has been real. We really enjoyed having you all present. Thank you so, so much. Friend, you want to tell them anything before we send them on their way?
No, I'm hungry. Good night. I love y'all.
Girl, listen, me too. I'm about to go find something to eat. My husband probably right now, so let me go on and make him something to eat so we can get on with the get on, okay?
Yes, man. This was
All right.
fun.
Yes, so much fun. Love you, boo.
All right. Love you too. Bye.
Bye.